Okay, today we're going to a little place in La Garita here with 13 acres and a little cabin. We just come off the main road there and we're coming on this part that's not plowed. You'd have to plow it yourself or maybe see about getting a neighbor to plow this. This is a little mucky here. And this first little cabin here is the closest cabin to the property. We're coming to the eastern boundary line of the property, and the gate you see there is inside the property boundary a good ways. There's a post here, T-post here, where it goes over to the pen, which is going to be right up there in those little rocks. So I guess the owner was going to move the gate back. This right here is an old four-wheeler trail that goes up to the top portion of the property on the south end to where you can see all the mountain views. And the 13 acres goes up there, which we'll hike around up there and check that out. And there's the barn, or the little four-wheeler shed, and the RV, and then the cabin's back behind there a little bit. You'll take a look at the cabin. And a little outbuilding he's got here. The rocks up there. Those things are about the size of vans or bigger. Small trucks. Or big trucks. And that western boundary line, I guess that's the eastern, that western boundary line, you see some rock, that rock face right there. It'd about cut across this valley and go up the hill about right there a little closer to us. There's no other access going up this canyon this way. The owner has one other track that borders on the very back part of this that takes in a portion of this canyon going back up here too. Here's a little cabin. This little RV. It was being remodeled, so the stove is out here and stuff like that, but the roof, it doesn't leak and stuff inside there, so that's still in good shape. Okay, we'll take a look inside. Hopefully the windows are boarded up, so keep any bears out. See a little refrigerator there, you got a window here, boards over it there, boarded up. So this runs off of propane gas. That's a wood stove. There's another gas stove there as you can light, even an air conditioner. Okay, before we go up on the land, up on the hill here a little bit, we're going to go up here and then we can drive around on a road, get up on top to see the views. And we'll do that. And I'll show you the shed here. It's a nice little shed, four-wheeler or whatever. You can make it into another little cabin if you wanted to. Pretty good and dry. Okay, we're standing on about the western boundary line in the bottom of the valley here, and you can see the cabin down there, and we're gonna hike up through this. Some neat rocks here. So and this is the rest of the valley going up, and this is the only access getting in here. There isn't any other way to be up in here, so you kind of have a private canyon where you can walk up and down. So I'm gonna take off and go up through there. It's kind of a neat area here. Just started at the base of these rocks and going up. It's neat in here. Here's where we come up from. Okay, we come up about halfway on these rocks. It's pretty neat stuff here. You need to walk out and stand over that and see over his bottom. Okay, so let's see, we made it about 3/4 of the way up. Got big rocks everywhere. There's a valley down below. This goes back towards the cabin that way. It's just a neat rock here. There's big old boulders here. And trucks and things laying on the hill. I think we're gonna go up through there, I guess, or something. Pretty neat. It's down this big old rock, I think. Come out here. Get a little vertigo. Okay, we made it up on top, so we're looking north off the property. The boundary line's only about 50, 75 feet over there. There's that dead tree. We just came up through these rocks and these boulders from the valley bottom below down there. And the eastern boundary line runs right through that portion there. There's a southwestern corner stake over there we'll go to, and you can see the views from the top portion of the property up there out to the west in the Sangres. There's the little shed and there's the cabin. There's the valley. Drove in on off the main road right down there. Came up to about right there is where the eastern boundary line is. We were just looking at the western boundary line. There's the east. It comes up. Okay, we're walking down the eastern boundary now, coming down from that hill on the backside. Come down through here a little bit. Get moving on it. So then you got this bench, there's the cabin. The big boulders and stuff are up there we just came down from. Okay, we're walking along the southern boundary line along the top ridge on the south. We're walking due east here. We're gonna be looking at these views out this direction. I wanna go over these rocks that are about 20 feet off or 30 feet off the southern boundary line. But right close here to where you can walk up here and see the mountains. So I come back that way. It's got kind of a flat top up here. The cabin and stuff are down below. We were on the hillside opposite over there just a little while ago. And that old four-wheeler trail, you can see the tracks here, and then going down, it goes down around to that meadow bottom where we first started. Okay, coming out here. See, so this is basically due west this direction, going along that southern boundary line. Come out to these things. You see. So you come in to the ranch from that road there. So you drive around in here and come in and go around, come up the valley over here to the cabin. More boulders. Little vertigo. Neat rocks. And then you get the mountain views. Zoom in a little bit, I'll show you. The mountains look about like that. That big. Pretty. And this goes all the way into New Mexico. Taos Mountain is back over that way, or Wheeler Peak. See it there, and that's New Mexico. Go about 5 miles due south here, and that's New Mexico. Come around here, this is Fisher's Peak right here over Trinidad. I-25 goes north and south right there. Below it, going into New Mexico, we're going up to Colorado Springs and Denver and Pueblo.